Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Sorry about the delay. I had to handle some things. Oof. I am become view up. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit, dude. Thank you so much for becoming a pigeon whale, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. How's the mic, everybody? Is the mic good? Is the mic too loud? Should I turn it down a little bit? Let me know. Oh, I have become view up. That's for you, man. May you float forever above view up. And don't forget, blood in, blood out. This is the way of the pigeon whales. I was about to go out and get a coffee. I figured you'd get one too. I have a coffee. Barely. So the market is coming down big. Well, you still get all the stuff, even if you're just renewing. Perfect audio. All right, good. That took way longer than it should have. Mike's just fine. Thanks, Windmill. I appreciate that, man. Win interview. I interviewed you yesterday, Moonwin. All right, you only lost $12,000, and it looks like you're coming back a bit. We'll see if you win on this play, but dude, seriously, I'm looking at Hood right now for you. Like, watch that fucking open, man. If it starts to gap fill back up to 50, this may be your last chance. So just make sure you're on top of all this. Jimmy also in a good position to gap fill back up. We'll have to see what the SPY does coming into open. It looks like it's starting to rip. Um, and if it does, I expect it will come back pretty hard. I'm watching the VIX is way up. Junk bonds are coming down. Bonds are going up. Or treasuries are going up. Sorry. So this looks like the moves that would happen for a market crash, but anytime the market starts to correct, this happens anyway. It does seem to be happening a little more today than usual. I see 400K borrowed. Okay, they weren't borrowed when I last checked. Looks like 400K borrowed at 7. 150,000 of those returned. So 150,000 available. Sell 440 SPY put at open. Depends on if it can hold. It's only at 436 right now. You're super in the money. It's at 820, right? It's the same ones I bought yesterday. I'm assuming. You can wait to see what happens with the price action on open. Even if it comes back strong, you're not gonna lose much by that like 437 test, you know. And if it fails that test, it could fall off even harder. Remember, the contents of this channel, and the things said by its creators and moderators are not financial advice. They are for entertainment and educational purposes only. Our pre-market volume is higher than any other day this week. You don't think there's potential given for 40 given the 1,340% earnings miss? No, because they did well in other aspects. People are conflating that number. Most of their losses are because of crypto. Crypto coming back this morning. A little bit. They are like the world's largest holder of Dogecoin. I'm just saying, be on top of it. Yeah, everyone be prepared to be hurt by GameStop badly today. It could sting. But remember, it may never be just cheap again, so. Are you not infotained? Market Watch is showing 22. But WeBull doesn't pay for a lot of pre-market data, Luca. It's always whatever the highest number you can find is, that's the pre-market volume. Certain brokerages pay for certain pre-market feeds. Some of them have them delayed. WeBull's updates at market open. Otherwise, it only tracks what goes through NASDAQ in the morning. Doesn't HOOD own like 30% of all Dogecoin? Something like that, yeah. Well, our lowest point since March was like 131, I think. Or recently. We had a lower dip than that at one point. I think we hit 111 or something. 117-ish. I don't expect we'll dip that low. But 135 is in the cards. We still have other resistances between here and there, so we'll see how that plays out. And it looks like we're already starting to come up, so it may be fine. $117, I would say, is the lowest possible low. 131's the most likely low. I think we'll bounce above 157 and hold. $11K volume is pretty good for PM from recent. Yeah, it's about triple. It's 22 right now, or 23. Yep, hodl. T plus 35 from July 16th options is tomorrow. Let me count that. So I don't know if that's true or not. So July 16th. No, that's incorrect. Why am I expecting all that much of a dip? Because the markets was coming down very hard in the pre-market this morning. No cross-posting the daily. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't. I'll do it right now. Fucking hate this stupid shit. More work for me because of idiot moderators. There. All set. I thought I already did it, but might be a little out of it. Maybe Peru was right about ARK. AMC selling more shares? What? That's got to be a joke, right? I thought they swore they weren't selling anymore this year. T plus 35 cycle, not debunked, but very misunderstood and definitely incomplete. He's like Dr. Manhattan. Heat map. How would I look at that? Just finance. What's the fucking name of that? Red. Oh, the BBVA doing pretty good. And Credit Suisse. Everything else down a bunch. Everything relevant. The puts from yesterday, aren't they applying upwards pressure for tomorrow right into the gamma ramp? Yeah. The VP is selling 45k shares. Oh, that doesn't matter. So much. Is Adam Aaron selling them? Tell me what's going on, Cornub. I want to hear it from you, man. The video run today? Risky. Maybe. I'm looking at it tentatively, but there's definitely some risk there with the market coming down. We got 5 minutes. Let me get this set up. Ooh, look at that. Just by doing weird shit before market open. Oh no. What the fuck? Enhance? I can make them a little bigger. All right. Thanks, Carl. You scared? Don't be. Days like this are great. Volatility's picking up. Oh, Mike's fine. Maybe not. Not right now, Sahib. Oh. Shit. Awesome. All right, let's came back. We'll have to see. Any idea if this margin increase thing will affect the market today? Is that going into effect today? He'll have 5-star rating. Yeah, I can label him. Yeah, I didn't think that was going into effect today. That's in September. Thanks, Randy. think I can't access Discord anymore for some reason, although I'm a pigeon whale. Just reconnect your YouTube account, Mohammed. Or make sure your YouTube account's connected. Did I DM you the instructions for that? Let me know. Into effect anytime from filing, like 2 days ago, T+20 calendar. Okay. Maybe not. Holly, thank you so much, Holly. I appreciate that, man. And I got the other one. Yeah, Holly, thank you, man. I've been watching VXX this whole time. I've been looking at VIX since I started watching it. You can watch either one, it doesn't matter. VXX is an ETF that tracks the VIX, or an ETN that tracks the VIX. Who bought the SPY dip? Who knows? The Fed? I think it might. If the market doesn't continue downward, it might. Paid my mic bill. That's not how that works. Oh no, the candles are not the same. It's only 40 cents at the money. Where do you get $40? I don't see that. VIX coming up. Alright, so if the market bounces, it's gonna rip. Holy saber. That's why. Also, the options were crazy cheap this morning. Fixed to 42, please. GME what doing? The market is transitory. Yeah, generally speaking, it is worse for them, Lacey. I've just bought another lot of shares. As the shares out there must be in the multi-millions over. Once it goes to the moon, where does all the money we should get come from? It comes from the hedge funds. It comes from the DTCC. It comes from the clearing houses and the lenders and the broker dealers. There is a chain of liability, a heavily insured chain of liability. DoorDash block worth 2.2 billion is said offered by SoftBank. Okay. Yeah, SPY recovery could help pull GME up if it recovers. We're doing all right, Baconade. What happens if the insurers themselves go down? Then it's backed by the Fed and the big banks. 445 spy calls. Let's fucking go. Jesus Christ. Corn futures down 1.37%. The end is near. That's not how that works at all. I'm looking at 151 right now on GME. It's a better vacation between the two, beachfront house or lakefront house? Beachfront? Lakes are gross. What's the long-term resistance? It's at like 155. We're already below it. Is Jimmy being suppressed because of increased margin requirements, or is it just because the market is red? It's just because the market's red. Wait a second. If this crosses 438.10, I'm gonna exit my SPY puts. Win 1K likes? I don't know. VIX is coming down. Are even that many people watching? We don't have that many likes right now. Oh, shit. No, my mic's fine. Okay, so SPY puts are exited. GME's coming back. Looks like the market's gonna come back. August 20th. SPY. 40s. Oof. Wow. You fucking serious? Did I not update? Why is it doing that? Whoa. Ugh, Jesus Christ. No, there's an update for WeBull, which is what I figured. That's usually what happens when it starts doing this. Oh my god. The order book updated. It's so much better now. What else was in this update? Damn it. So you guys help me? Fine. Fuck you. Oh, different chart layouts. Oh, you can save your layouts now? That's amazing. Oh, I need to mess around with this later. They had to update for the market crash. You just keep it black so you just draw MOASS. I'm about to switch to streaming Active Trader Pro if this doesn't stop. They changed everything. I think it was I should have updated it before market open. The update was definitely out earlier today. I just ignored it. Mm. My long-term trend line begins on August 20th. Yeah, it's too long and it includes too much noise. There's too much price variation for that to be reliable. Does it tomorrow have something to do with this 400k puts? Not that I can figure out. Historically, crashes happen September, October. Many banks going bankrupt happens the day before or the day after a 3-day weekend. Labor Day this year, Friday 9/6. Any thoughts? Not a Monday. Kyle Cooper. I mean, yeah, you can try to predict the market crash that way, but sometimes that's not how it goes down. Yeah, the spy ticker is essentially being DDoSed. If I remove it, then it won't be such an issue. But I read T plus 35 and T plus 2. That doesn't sound right. It's like 45 days tomorrow. Like 45 trading days. It's like 60 something calendar days. It's July 16th. Oh, July 16th? I thought it was June. Maybe. Let me take a look. Hold on. Was I wrong? I might have been wrong. Hold on. Yeah, tomorrow's 35 calendar days. What the fuck is this one for? Interesting. Certainly, it's coffee. Spurt doing well. Have you mentioned Amazon's plan to build retail superstores? Sounds like they're chasing GameStop's new distribution centers plus retail store setup. I mean, Amazon's had retail stores, just not a lot of them. Definitely not bullish. We don't want to compete with fucking Amazon, if at all. Shouldn't be T plus 35 on T plus 2 of the out of the money puts. It's just T plus 35 tomorrow from July 16th. Chewy did and won in a fringe sector. If Bezos just decides to buy GameStop, we're going to be very, very wealthy. The share offering doesn't delay T plus cycles, Dan. He's just buying GameStop. Seems pretty out there, though. Yeah. Not likely to happen. Quite a lot. Moon Jam event finishing tomorrow. Unrelated speculation. We'll squeeze, Matt. Sponsor content creators. That'd be super cool. Yeah, if you watch the SPY chart with other charts, you're gonna have issues. But SPY's coming back up. Ugh. How much weight do you put into these super stonk speculated opportunities? Not a lot. They have literally never been right, so. How much has this broken out of the trend line? Not a lot. A few bucks. We're like right on the edge of it. Of like the lower trend. We're a little bit below the long term. But fortunately for us, we don't really trade any volume, so it's very hard to break a trend line in any kind of official way. Our work with crayons is exquisite. Thank you, Mr. Finch. Yeah. Very unusual for a company to remain silent for 9 months. If a new organization were going to buy GME, they'd have to go through in the money calls. Probably. Or like private agreements. Does it cost money to have the WeBull setup that you're showing? No. WeBull's charting is free. Hmm. I'm not saying they would, Minnesota. The speculation was, could they? And yes, they could. Do you have any ideas that the NFT team at GameStop may be working towards? I think it's pretty obvious that they're working towards like a used game digital marketplace. If post-MOASS, a bunch of apes want to dump a large amount of tendies into Genie, that could artificially increase the price of the stock. After this, yeah, there'll probably be like a dead cat bounce because of people getting back in after the squeeze. How can someone buy GameStop once we own it 10 times over? They just have to have enough to get control of the board. They would also have to have the agreement of the board. Thoughts on Rentec buying 600? It's good. Ivan. After most, can there be issues transferring tendies out of a brokerage? I don't see why. Control of the company is 50.1%. Yeah, it's very unlikely. But yes, if a company like Amazon wanted to, they most likely could. It would cause a short squeeze though, on a monumental scale. U.S. Republican Senator Daines urges Biden to renominate Powell as Federal Reserve Chair. Interesting. I'm expecting an announcement tomorrow personally. Cool. Good for you. Is there a reason? Or just because you feel it in your in your bits? Yeah, double bottom. Hard to do though, J Barms. Hovering the price like that. If I was a short hedge fund, I'd hover the price just above where retail buys in for as long as possible, creating apes desperate for gains. I mean, they did that. That's kind of what happened when we were locked at 180, right? What options contracts do you have open right now? Oh, I have a bunch. Which ones do you want to know about? I have spy calls. I closed did I close all my spy puts? Yeah, my spy puts are closed. I have spy calls. I have GameStop calls. I have Nvidia calls. I have junk bond shorts, JNK. I have cat calls. I have XPSX calls, and I have VIX calls, which are doing quite well, actually. I'm not back in on Spurt. I never got back in. I never hit the price that I wanted to get back in at. So I was out last week. Nice fast banana. Thoughts on TD for hanging on to a few shares? Probably fine. I think that's like the general consensus is that TD's fine. I don't like them, but that's just me personally. Said my name. It's ridiculous. Thoughts on Hood for a day trade? Risky. Too volatile. It just depends on who's putting them in. TPBC. It depends on the brokerage they're using. Some brokers, especially self-clearing ones, can take longer to kick an order. Nice, Brandon. Hope Good goes out of business once MOASS begins. Maybe. I doubt it. What's the biggest factor that triggers GME's beta? Beta is a trailing indicator. It doesn't get triggered. Algos might buy on it if the market goes low enough. What to do post-MOASS? Obviously, putting a lot of money in a bank account isn't sufficient. Not very savvy on all the stocks to invest in. Speak with a financial advisor, twinkle toes, and a banker. You need fiduciaries with your interests and your personal financial information available to them. There are lots of investment vehicles that for the not savvy. Savvy? Does technical analysis work best on least volatile stocks? It works best on stocks that have some volume. But yeah, volatility is not the friend of technical analysis. Within a range. Super high volatility is not the friend of technical analysis. You're focusing on like, so when you say Hood had like negative 1,340% earnings, you're focusing on like one aspect of their earnings. Their year over year was quite good. That sounds like it sounds like you've been reading too much fucking Super Stonk or Wall Street Bets. There's a good way to tell how good their earnings were. What's Hood trading at? So they're recovering. Looks like they're turning up back up with the market. Live, spy, live. I still have my 160 Cs, yeah. If I don't see some upward movement by like 2 p.m. today, I'm going to get rid of them though. Pow. And we're not crossing VWAP yet, but we also have no volume, so I don't expect us to. Like, our order book's flat, right? This fucking asshole is trying to buy. Ugh. You spelled board wrong, Slim Pickle. I think. Oh, biased. Ooh, look at all my sweet NVIDIA monies. Yay. BTC climbing this morning. Not really, Nick. The cap for RRP is much, much higher anyway. Why does the orders look extra flat today? I guess if I go down to like the 20, it won't be. No, still. It's because somebody has an order for 60,000 shares at a penny. And it's throwing it off. Does you have change with the time frame, or is it supposed to be the same across all time frames? It's smoothed over 14 days. So yeah, it changes with the time frame. Yeah, absolutely, Miguel. I hope I fixed it well enough. Everyone says it sounds good, so. Who would you have play each of the mods? I have no idea. Why do they get a part? Might take a look at options coming in. There's no point. Not yet. Not until we have some volume or meaningful movement. Lisa Anderson, thank you so much for becoming a Cornishon. I appreciate that. Enjoy your emojis. They're super dope. I made them. I'm on my Bose headphones. I have issues with my cell phone. Sounds pretty good today. Awesome. You know what? I'm just going to watch the spy on my phone. That's the best way to do this. I will play the role of Han Banana in the movie. Amazing, Carl. I love it. Interesting. Credit for saying you have no idea what's going to happen today. Many DD writers. I don't think many DD writers do that. No. But that's because most of the DD writers are pretty disingenuous or, you know, doing it for hype or internet points. Now that you're in the Meme Lords chat, will you be posting a meme to Superstock soon? I posted one like not that long ago. You mean like a separate meme? I don't know. Long-time billionaire. I try to use my emoji sparingly. Too much emoji flaunting is so to class. Was the volume the number of contracts bought that day? And the OI the total bought? The OI is the total open. The volume is the total bought and sold. I disagree with that statement, Mr. Finch. Well, the first part. The second part's absolutely true. Yesterday in Yahoo Finance, again, and Brian Payne said the market was going to take off like a meme stock. Interesting. That's not currently happening. Déclassé. That makes sense. It's French. I don't speak French, Windmill Willie. Well, that's why I said I agreed with the latter. I think he does it for attention and praise, but I don't think he's genuine. I mean, he genuinely wants attention and praise. Aren't you looking forward to answering questions about the Creandex Adobit collab? I just won't. Like, they're not going to provide anything that's relevant or important. I'm like 99% sure that neither of them actually write DD or investigate anything themselves. What's a dividend and why should I care? It's a payment made by a company to its shareholders, and you shouldn't. I get the joke, Windmill. Oh, awesome, Ash. I'm glad you got your new job, man. Who's your favorite DD writer? T. Dettles and myself. And DFE. DFE wrote some damn good DDs and filmed them. Oh, absolutely, Frog Unleashed. I expect it. Comment section of you, Bob Smith 808. Longs are building a gamma ramp. Just imagine you're running from a gamma ramp and run into retail or institution FOMO. The trap is set. Don't you watch Pi-Fi? Bob Smith 808, it's cool. I don't have a problem with him. What do you have open for VIX calls right now? I had 28s on the VXX. They're up, but I might be getting rid of them soon if the market's going to keep running. That is true, Eric D. Where you get worshipped on the chat? What's the difference? What do you mean, what's the difference? I at least know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the difference, Sid. I don't make shit up or just rehypothecate information from other sources. The first guy you mentioned, not DFV. What did he write about? Whale teeth. Market's coming down. See if it bounces off VWAP or not. Netflix booming? Interesting. If someone wants fake internet points on Reddit, they should just transcribe and rehypothecate DFV's videos. No, it wouldn't like build up enough hype. It would just get like ignored or not upvoted enough. That's the saddest part. Is quadruple bottom a thing? Sure. Spy's maybe bouncing on VWAP right now. I got the spy open on my phone so it stops crashing WeBull. No. You think DFV's still holding? Yeah. SEC charges 3 former Netflix software engineers with insider trading. Permission to permission granted, Pineapple Danza. Macy's ripping up 15%. Probably heavily shorted. Oh, awesome, Alex. Gherkin, it's pissed on inflationary effect of so many shares as an original DD, in my opinion, that has been rehypothecated in multiple ways. Yeah. Some of them right, most of them wrong. But I don't know. Maybe I wasn't as good at writing them back then. Because I've read it again since then, and I can see how it could be misinterpreted. Permission to make Carl a mod. That's not happening, Silence of the Dans, but I appreciate the support, man. Silence of the Dans campaign for Carl for mod continues into day 15. Big Man Dan, hey man, love your channel. Quick question, what do you think about direct registration and computer share for GME? Is it worth it or stick with a broker? I do not currently have any evidence that shows that it's a worthwhile endeavor. You're adding another layer between you and your broker. There's a possibility that could affect your ability to sell your shares. And not enough people are going to do it in order to prove anything of consequence. So, all in all, big nothing burger. Thank you for the donation, man. New Coors meme on Tillionaires is hilarious. I didn't see it yet. Direct register these nuts. Market's dropping again. What do you have for the total volume on GME? 330K. The shares there are not registered to any broker, and you can use sell limits to sell them directly from them. It's in their terms of service, Mikas. They are allowed to block and sell your shares, so it would be no different than having your shares with like fractional shares, right? Where it's at the discretion of the broker when to sell them. Seb P, thank you so much for becoming a billionaire, man. I appreciate the support. Hit me up on the Discord and I'll get you added over to the Billionaires Country Club. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, dude, welcome to the Billionaires. We ain't no gorillionaires, cause Andrew Mo Money sucks.
So is there pigeon whale poker this Saturday? Not that I'm currently aware of. It could run today. It depends on if some volume comes in or not. Currently, no. It's not looking very promising. Is it sad that I sing along? No, that's fine. No, it's not Silver Reserve. There is still time for that to play out. Is there a reason Cat is hurting more? Probably low volume. Or because the Dow is down? Month 4 of Ko-Fi Billionaire Club. Thanks for doing what you do. Veritas, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, dude. Are you even on the Discord? Is that a Head and Shoulders on the SPY? I mean, what I've done on Cat is I've just increased my position at 210. I still expect it to bounce. So I've doubled down at the 210 strike. For October 1st. So Head and Shoulders on the SPY. It looks like the SPY's turning back around right now. How do we prevent ourselves from turning out like our parents? I don't know. Just a question, why the hate for Andrew? Seems harmless. I don't really hate him. Just like fucking around. It's a joke. I can see people taking that the wrong way, but I also don't care. How low does the market need to go before we start seeing margin calls? Probably into the correction zones. Deep dip. Market's only down 0.33% from its close yesterday. And probably only like 130 points at that. So it hasn't dropped significantly. Why am I not rich? I don't know. Looks like the gamma ramp's still sitting at 165. They haven't lowered it? That's surprising. Oh. Jimmy. It's at 160. They've started buying at 160, and 155 now has more contracts than it did, but that may not be, like retail. Or that may be retail. Who's in Cas hurting more than other stocks? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat, guys. Do you think the veracity of this share offering has delayed us? Possibly. But no. Veracity? Is that what you meant? Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna lose a lot of money on this if it doesn't go up. Oh, you're implying because they sold them faster? If anything, I think that would decrease the time that the effect of it is dragged out. But we also had the ETF rebalancings in that same period of time. Matt Kors is a fucking sellout and a clown and a liar. He also sucks at technical analysis. He's a terrible fucking trader. And he baits people into his shitty Tiblio trades every day. And it's sad to watch him lose his audience money so he can make money off of them. Ew, the stock settings for MOASS. At least Andrew Mo Money doesn't do that. He just reads other people's DDs and overfeeds his dog. Stock settings, like what time frame? Existential. Are you trying to use it on? Don't talk to me about losing a lot of money. Moonwind, I fucking told you not to short Robinhood. You were like, I'm gonna short Robinhood. I was like, that's a bad fucking idea. And then you did it anyway. Mac Kors begs the 1 minute MACD to go green. Gotta get that histogram on the right side, J Fresh. I read some DDs that short hedge funds want to keep the market cap down on GME to keep GME off the S&P 500. Unlikely that we would get included in the S&P 500 anyway. With the stock's volatility this year, it's very unlikely that the board would approve it for inclusion. I remember the first time I looked at my core stream, we had less than 2K subs. It was garbage. Crazy how I was able to gain so many subs. Is now making tons of money off YouTube. Yeah. Both of those things, I guess. I mean, that's just him making money off of Adabit, right? If Adabit's on there. Yeah, I do appreciate Mo Money's like honesty and that he just shills for himself, and he's pretty straight up about it. Like he's there to promote his YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber. End of story. Not a data scientist, but definitely a YouTuber. Is it not a good idea to follow at Moonwind's financial moves? I guess you could. GameStop coming up. I really need NVIDIA to come up. I am currently very red on some 196.75s. Or 196.25s. At least the IV could spike on them a bit. GameStop starting to actually come up. Is that volume I see? Oh, look at the markets coming up. Back above VWAP. Thanks, Bob Lewis. It's appreciated, man. Absolutely. Although I do feel like a large chunk of super stock that comes on this channel doesn't really like my opinions. But that's fine. For those of you that do, I appreciate you staying. Matt started using VWAP. Fucking idiot. He's either one of two things, right? Either he knows exactly what he's doing and he's a fucking liar, or he has no idea what he's doing, in which case he's an idiot that's saying he's not. So he's, lying to his audience about his knowledge or the depth of his knowledge. Puts on a video until I get my hands on a 30x series card. Well, I'm hoping some people got their hands on them because I need the stock to go up more. You're the only guy I've followed into the red and still respected. Thank you, Jay Fresh. I think Kors has no idea what he's doing. He got in over his head by his stream blowing up. I think he wants people to make money, but is genuinely clueless. I think for a while there, that was true. Like when I first watched him back in February, I think that was true. I think he was like, at the time, I thought, oh, he's kind of new to trading. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but like he's bullish on GameStop and that's cool. It's like something to watch while I was trading. And then it drifted away from that. Thank you for your culinary expertise. Absolutely. It's okay to put people down to make yourself feel better. It doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel terrible that there's people that are out there that watch that and take advice from them. Oh, the market's ripping. Just straight up. Looking very spicy. I like this. Oh, I'm green. I'm green on NVIDIA. Whew. That was frightening. How much of the DD on these subs do you actually agree with then? Some. You can't. I kind of talked about this when I was like talking about trade spotting. Is you can't ignore it all because some of it, once in a while, DD comes out that's really truly impactful. That's something nobody's thought of, right? That nobody's investigated. That really matters and is pertinent to GameStop. And usually it's ignored. But a lot of the time it's just bullshit. And so you have to be able to, disseminate that. You have to be able to find what is true in the pile of bullshit, and it's really a needle in a haystack sometimes, but I think ultimately it's still beneficial to have that, to have all those eyes looking at it all the time, everyone thinking about it, What makes Hank and Ashley candles better? I just like them better, man. 154 and the price is going up and not down. What sorcery is this? Thanks, Sir David P. You too, man. I don't know if any of them have been bought more than like through YouTube. I think there's a incentive to shill AMC, right? Or well, let's not even say shill it, but there is an incentive for your channel to be focused on AMC as far as viewership and money you make personally off of YouTube is concerned. I'm sure if AMC was a focus of this channel, it would be much, much larger. So I think they've been bought by the incentive, but not like bought by a hedge fund. I don't think that's the case. When's the end of capitalism? Well, at some point. What do you think was the best DD that wasn't your own? I really liked that guy who deleted his accounts, ETF DD. That was super good. I like that Autobits DD kind of introduces people to what's going on here and gives kind of an understanding of the mechanics at play. DFV's DD, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in this. There's been a few others. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there have been relevant ones. Oh, thank God. Oh, man. I was out so much money on that dip. Go, NVIDIA. Run, you little fucker. To the moon. This was GameStop didn't get rejected at 157. That's still because we still have no volume. I love all the whale teeth DDs. Have you had any offers from people asking you to sell out? No. But I've had offers that I consider selling out. And so I haven't taken them. I don't see why I need like money from somewhere else if I can just make money trading, right? Yeah, I did see the Fourier analysis one. That one was pretty cool. This is interesting, right? It's like, who would have thought to do that? If we didn't have so many people looking at it, no one would have thought to do that. At least to 204, Greg M. I think after their earnings, a test of their all-time high after the split is definitely in the cards. Gamma ramp gets started at 157.50. We'll see. If we turn around before a VWAP, that's a good sign. The market kind of stabilized a bit. It's not running up right now, but if it runs up more, we will too. I'm going to update Reddit real quick. 1 second. If you guys can and you haven't, please drop a like. It's a big help getting the channel seen. And subscribe if you want to see more of the shit that I put out. Which someday, you know, might actually be things besides the stream. In the name of transparency, state your sellout suitors. Oh, there's been a bunch. There's been like all kinds of like Chinese crypto trading platforms, Skillshare, some fucking thing with like Forex. Was the ETFD from Leave Me Anon? Yes. If you had Matt Core's entire audience for 5 minutes, what would you tell them? Nothing different. Same thing I tell you guys every day. So I remember you saying you needed to be in a certain time frame to confirm bits of your DD. Are we in that time frame now or not hit it yet? Not hit it yet. I do know how to read. Forget money. Or was it garbage? It was like not worth it. It wasn't garbage money, but it definitely wasn't worth it. Oh no. Hmm. That's kind of how I look at it, Brian. Have you had any requests for collaborations? My advice, don't cross the streams. Not recently, no. You climb incrementally faster, Cicerone. So like the higher you go up, the faster you climb. Right? So it accelerates. The price accelerates through the gamma ramp. As more and more calls go in the money, more and more hedging needs to be done, which then pushes the price up higher, kind of self-fulfilling its own prophecy. Do you know much about SLD requirement? I think it's on the 20th of each month. I believe it is. I can't remember the date, but yeah, there may be, they may have to do a deposit tomorrow. I'll collab with you. Good to know, Carl. There's no price, triple OG. I'll be shutting down the stream based on price action, but not the price. And that price action could happen, frankly, at any time. So we'll see. Good to know. Can do a group Zoom with the Dans? No. I tried to rehypothecate your DD, but it isn't out yet. All right, man. Good luck. God, NVIDIA's printing so hard. Fuck yes. Yeah, I fucking know, Sir David. I'm making a bunch of money right now. I'm very happy. About to prove myself again with this NVIDIA win. Hey, you didn't even mention my Tesla options, Eileen. What the fuck? I made way more money off Tesla than I did off Spurt. And AMD. Did you mention exit target for NVIDIA? No. Jesus Christ. 204 is its all-time high, so I'm looking at that. I think 206. So there's resistance at like 205, 206. We're already past 200 right now. We could fail the test of 200 still, I guess. But it's looking pretty spicy. Yeah, the gamma ramp could launch it. It's got a big ass gamma ramp. If you were to go back in time 3-4 months, what would you tell yourself about the GME situation? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean, what would I tell myself? Like, oh, things that I have learned since then that I would tell myself in the past? I guess I'd buy a lot more fucking options for the June run up. Do you think having GME... Do you think having GME on the threshold security list because of FTDs was a key factor in the previous run-ups? I think it's an effect of the previous run-ups, but not a cause. Cicerone. My cynicism tells me 10 or 20K would be the floor, like an Apple stock, etc. The numbers I keep seeing Reddit discuss seem so inflated. I mean, the peak could really, really be high, man. This is... The short interest is so exorbitant. You should always base your trend lines on the body. Don't use wicks unless